working? Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So, welcome to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. We're joined by Maddie today, who is the creator of the When He Still meme on Solana, which is doing really well at the minute. And so, I want to firstly welcome Maddie to the show because I don't think you've done many YouTube videos before. I think that's right.
Right. No, this is honestly my first. So thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
No, it's a pleasure to have you here. So, we just want to really sort of go into the first bits and tell us a bit about yourself and where this whole thing came from. Like, when did it start? What was the origin story? Kind of things like that.
Yeah. So I guess this was maybe 3 weeks ago now. I ended up making a meme on TikTok. It gained a ton of traction. I think as of right now, it has maybe like 1.7 million views. There's a few of them that have over a million views and likes. But I made a meme, and then I knew about crypto coins from like just vaguely hearing about them. And so I just thought it would be funny to make one myself. So I just literally Googled, how do I make a meme coin? And then I watched like the first 3 minutes of a YouTube video on it. And then after that, I made the coin. It took me like 4 hours to do. I ended up calling my sister, and we had a friend who they had like vaguely, I guess, dabbled in crypto, and so it took all of us like hours. And then I made the coin, and then I just made a meme for it on TikTok. And I guess now I know I think I posted the CA for it, or maybe just a link to it. I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I had people DM me on TikTok, and they were like, "Hey, like this is a meme coin. Like, go make a Twitter for it and all this stuff." And I was just like, "Okay." Like, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I made a Twitter for it, and then everybody just sort of came to me from that point. I still like had no idea what I was doing. I had like a lot of help from the community. The When He community like taught me everything that I know. And then after about like a week and a half of being in a group chat, everything kind of clicked for me. And so then I started like doing raids, and I held a few spaces, which were really fun. Again, people just like came in there and like taught me everything like about deck screener. I had no idea what that was. I didn't know what bonding was. I didn't know my coin bonded. But yeah, and then the rest is kind of history. But that's a quick backstory on it.
No, that's really good. I like the fact that it is like so organic because a lot of the time, crypto projects they're kind of there's a veil of secrecy behind it. It's always very much like people are trying to rug their audiences and things like that. Whereas yourself, you come across like so genuine, like you've just tried this and it's starting to sort of skyrocket and it's all like organic, which is really, really good. Like so the community has been really supportive of you, I guess. Have they been because you haven't got a Telegram yet, I believe, but in case anyone's got like a fake one, there is no Telegram yet, right?
Right now, there is no Telegram. We have like just a group chat on Twitter where people just send memes and we do raids. But yeah, the community they've everybody's come together, and they've been such great teachers. Like on spaces, it's every time I do a space, somebody's teaching me something new, which I'm really enjoying that part. But yeah, the community's been great.
Yeah, that's really good. Because the thing is with meme coins, a lot of the time, the reason why ones don't do well as opposed to others is generally down to the fact that it's got like a really positive and engaged community, and you seem to have got that side of things done really, really well. I think you've got like 1%, so it's not even like you hold like 50%. You hold like 1% of the token, right?
Yeah, I only hold one. I only
That's
hold
really good as well. That is really good as well because a lot of people, they'll hold 20%, 30%, or they'll spread it across different wallets and things like that. But it's nice because this feels a lot more unique with it being someone who's just literally come into crypto in the next of what's 3 weeks? Did you say it was?
Yeah, coming up on maybe 3.5, but yeah.
3.5 weeks. So that's really, really good because I know that. Have you ever heard of Hayley Walsh? I mean, I think everyone probably has. The Hawk Tour girl.
Yes, that's okay. I didn't want to say her name, but that's how I knew what a meme coin was from her.
Yeah. So
That's what I knew. How I knew
that's the thing. I think one thing is it's like a cautionary tale for a lot of people who do meme coins and things like that because I think she was heavily manipulated by the crypto bros of the space and things like that, and they kind of probably led her down a really dark path. I'm not saying she didn't make any money; she probably did, but I think that a lot of that was done like behind her back kind of thing. So it's nice that you don't have that kind of influence, you haven't got that kind of team behind you. You're just doing it for yourself, and obviously for the community and for the meme, which is really good because it's refreshing in this kind of environment.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm definitely, I feel like the complete opposite of the hawk to a girl. Like don't, I have no ill intentions. Like this has been strictly just like a fun side quest for me. And as I've gotten more involved and as I've like learned more and like obviously met more people who do this for like a living, it's been so informative and I've really enjoyed all of it. But yeah, I do agree that I'm completely different from her. Everybody in our community, I feel like they've gotten involved because they maybe see like the positives and like you said, like this being a different situation than maybe what people are normally used to in crypto. Like the circumstances are different. Like I truly am, as they say, a normie who like doesn't know anything. So yeah, and like I do have 1%, so I couldn't even rug anybody if wanted.
No, and that's a good thing because it just brings a lot more trust, and obviously it is really endearing. Though someone who's just coming in and working their way through it, it's great because you can basically watch your journey unfold within crypto now, and it's nice to see. So with regards to when he's still, is there any kind of future plans? Have you got plans for maybe like a website, things like that? How's it looking?
Yes. So, right before our call, actually, I was messaging a few of the Winhe community members about building a website. So, we are working on putting that together, which is really exciting. Prior to the website discussion on TikTok, I had attempted to make a Winhe template. So people could easily like upload a picture on a green screen and like drag around the Winhe face to kind of make their own meme. Um, it was a little hard to do on TikTok. So that's something that we're trying to execute on the up and coming website, just an easier platform for people to actually like make the memes themselves. So yes, stay tuned for the website. It's coming.
Yeah, that'll bring a lot of interest as well because I think people like to make memes, but a lot of the time they're quite complicated to do, or some people find them complicated to do. Whereas if you make it, you make that process easier, which is what you can do with the filters and things like that. That's going to make a massive difference because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are enjoying the meme. It seems to be like everywhere at the minute, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah. Like right before our call, Walmart posted another Winhe meme. I just like retweeted it before, but yeah, Walmart's been making a ton of them. They were loving it.
Yeah, so you've had Walmart, you've had McDonald's, you've had like Burger King. I think there's been quite a few. Is there a favorite one you've seen amongst all these big companies yet, or?
Oh my gosh, nobody's asked me that yet. A favorite. I love all of them. I feel like each one is different from the last. Obviously I like when people use the actual Winhe face on them, but some companies they've been using like different faces, which is always so silly. But my all-time favorite would probably have to be oh gosh.
On the spot.
I know. Maybe Burger King. I like that one was exciting. So typically for like the other companies, other people have like found them and have just like sent them within the community. We have a few dedicated Winhe community members who are really amazing at finding when companies use them. So the Burger King one, I did find that one myself. So maybe that's my favorite.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, how have you found it though? So to have so many big companies automatically go straight to the meme, because I mean that will foster massive engagement. Because I know at the minute crypto's not doing so well across the board, but with the fact that big companies are doing that, when crypto starts to spike again, the likelihood is that when he still meme will start flying, right?
Right. Yeah. So for the company engagement, I will say it started on TikTok, like where all of this started was on TikTok. The whoever runs these companies like social media accounts, they're great at infiltrating like comment sections and catching on to trends. So I had McDonald's in my comment section. I had Rainforest Cafe comment this morning or last night, but it started with like Eggo waffles and like a few others, YouTube, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola on TikTok. And they would comment, and then I would make like a separate meme dedicated to them. And then after that happened, I made the coin, moved on over to Twitter. And then shortly after that, these other corporations started making their own variations, on other platforms aside from TikTok. There's been a few who they've only posted on TikTok. I think I don't know them off the top of my head. There's honestly so many at this point. It's hard to keep track. Whenever I made my list for my other video, I was scrolling through my phone looking for screenshots, and I know I missed so many of them, but yeah, it is exciting to see them start to post on like their own platforms.
It is really good. It's great to see because I love the fact that it's so organic as well. I mean, on the screen right now is obviously your TikTok. I mean, talk us through that. How long have you had TikTok for? I mean, I imagine it's blown up a lot since the meme came out, right?
Yeah, so I think I made my TikTok maybe like 2019, like 2020. And like if you scroll past the memes, it's just me and my friends like making like weird videos. Like it's like my personal TikTok. But I didn't ever take it seriously until like the week that I made this meme. I just started posting more and like just like making funny videos. And then this meme blew up, and then I just like latched onto it, I guess, and just started like consistently posting only memes. And every now and again, I'll throw in a random one. But yeah, I've only been active on TikTok truly within the past couple of weeks. But my like count prior to this was only, I think, 30K, which isn't a lot over the course of like 6 years, right? You only get 30K likes in 6 years. So yeah, my like count went up, obviously 4.7 million. And then my followers, I only had, I think, barely 5,000 followers. So the TikTok did blow up with the meme.
It definitely did. 4.7 million likes as it stands at the minute as well, which is
Yes.
a lot. But obviously, what I'll do is as well. I mean, I'll put the TikTok and your X profile links in the description so people can come and check it out and things like that. I'll show you this as well. This is so this is the hold account right now, and it's really good again because it's not all like put in one wallet. It's so well spread that that's a really good sign for a meme coin. Obviously, you said like you hold 1%, and obviously Radium's where you're going to be able to exchange Solana for it is at 13%. So that's really good. Like the fact you've got that kind of already got like a kind of background of trust is really good.
Oh, cool. I've never seen this before actually, so this is new to me.
So this is on SolScan. So basically what you do is you put in the contract address and you can go through and it tells you exactly what percentage each of the wallets holds and then the value of that in the dollar. So at the minute, the biggest holder is Radium, which is the exchange, holds $36,000, but all the others, are quite well spread out, 2% down to 1%. And you can go through them as well. You can flick through and you can go right way through. It'll be every holder will be on there.
Oh, that's so cool. I knew people were able to see my own wallet, but I didn't really know how. Like on one of my first spaces, they'd like set out the number that was in my wallet, and I was like, oh, I guess let me go check. And I checked, and it was like down to the cent. Like they had the exact amount that I had, and I didn't know how. But yeah, this is
Well, that's the thing with blockchain. It's supposed to be like pretty much quite transparent in that regard. So it always, you can always look at because it's all like public, it's all open for people to see. Obviously, there are ways around that. People have manipulated things in the past, but this is kind of one of the best ways to check is for yourself. Go onto Solana, SolScan, and if you type in your own contract address, you can see everyone who holds your coin at the minute.
Interesting. Yeah, no, this is cool. This is cool to look at. I'm gonna look at this when we get done.
Yeah, I'll send you a link here as well. So this is like the price, and this is how it works. You've seen Deck Screener.
Yes.
We had a bit of a green candle today. It's gone down a little bit now, but I imagine that, like I said before, crypto is not in a healthy place at the minute in general. So it's not basically this particular coin. It's like every single coin seems to be dipping and dipping and dipping right now. But I imagine, well, in my opinion, I don't know how are you aware of like crypto cycles and how every kind of 4 years things kind of progress?
I'm sorry. I got a notification and it totally blocked you out. Could you repeat?
I heard the thing. Yeah, let
me put it on Do Not Disturb. I'm so sorry. I'm on my laptop, and every time somebody texts me, I get the notification on my computer, and sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine.
What was your question?
Yeah, so every 4 years, kind of crypto goes through like a cycle, right? I don't know how aware you are of like bear and bull cycles and things like that. So,
I've heard people use the term like this is bearish and bullish, and I've heard people also say last cycle, like is this your first cycle or like last term or something, but I I don't know too much about that.
Yeah. So what tends to happen is every 4 years we kind of go through bear periods where everything's really, really bad, and people buy like trying to buy the coins as cheaply as possible. Then through the bull cycle, when things are really good and everyone's like, "Yeah, this is the best thing in the world," they try and obviously you try and sell it then.
Mm,
Often people get that wrong, and often you hold too long or you sell too cheaply and things like that. There's loads of different ways to mess up crypto, definitely. Um, but it just for me, I think that because I'm of the opinion that 2025 is going to be very bullish. It'll be the peak of a bull run coming in the next kind of 6, maybe 9 months. So for something like this to be where it is right now, I think the market cap currently is it 200 and yeah, $254,000 market cap. So to 10x, it's 2.5 million. To 100x, it'd be 25 million. So it's not that far from what could be 100x. Do you think that it's got the potential to do that? Because I personally think it has, and I'm sure a lot of your followers would probably be thinking it could too.
yes, 100%. I've caught on very quickly. As soon as like we started building the community, there was a lot of talk of just how, I guess, cultish maybe the Winnie community could be. And I know people mentioned SPX. Loved your video on them. I heard we can talk about SPX. I love them. Um, and then UFD, people were comparing like our community to theirs. And after some time when we continued to build, I have seen how involved everybody is and just how hopeful and dedicated everybody is. So without a doubt in my mind, I do believe that it will go that high. Um, Again, just because I've learned that this is a kind of it's different. Like this coin is different and our community is different from a lot of the other ones out there. And I think that that's giving people a lot of hope that maybe, I don't know, in my opinion, like maybe crypto doesn't have to be categorized as something that's negative when there's this like people keep saying I'm wholesome, so I'm going to say wholesome. This wholesome project out here. But yeah, I do think, and I know the Winhe community also thinks full heartedly that this coin has all of that potential to go up to that market cap.
Yeah, 100%. I think wholesome's a good way to describe it, to be fair, because there is a lot of negativity and a lot of dubious kind of characters within the crypto space. So wholesome's probably the best way to describe it. You certainly that. It's a like a breath of fresh air, I think, particularly in the crypto space. So that's good. Weirdly, I was going to ask you, like, is there any other crypto projects that you hold or crypto projects that you like?
Um, so I didn't know how to buy any until like literally maybe like last week. One of my friends, they're working on a few of theirs. But my all of my efforts have so far been dedicated just to Winhe. And
Yeah,
because I'm not at that point yet where I know how to properly like read a chart, if that makes sense.
yeah.
And I've seen people mention how the other day somebody was commenting on how the Winhe chart looks like the early days of the Please chart, I guess. And they were like, okay, like now maybe we'll have a little dip, but don't worry, it's gonna come right back up. Like this is the pattern. And so I'm not at that point yet where I'm able to pick up on patterns of other charts and stuff. So I
I
haven't.
wouldn't beat myself up about that, to be fair, because I'm like I was around in the last cycle and I still don't read charts like that. Um,
Yeah.
I normally go with narrative, momentum, things like that. I think that charts are hard to read at the best of times, and often a lot of chartists get them wrong. So I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Okay, good.
I think you're doing great as it is. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Good. That's reassuring to hear. Yeah, because I can look at the Winhe chart and I obviously know green is up and red is down, but aside from that, like I don't really know much what I'm
That's
looking
kind of the most important bit, to be fair, because if it's up, then it's good. If it's down, it's bad. That's how people tend to look at things anyway. Even if people like retail investors, things like that, they'll look at it and if they see red, they panic. They see green, they're all celebrating and popping party poppers and everything. It's a very fickle environment. Put it that way.
right, yeah. But I do think like even though we'll have like some red days and like you said, like the market is down, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
I will applaud the Winhe community for always staying so positive through all of it. Like we really don't have any like negativity infiltrate us, which has been amazing. And, you know, again, this is the only thing I've done in crypto, so I don't have much experience. So I'm kind of just basing this off of things other people have said. But it truly does sound like our community is beyond positive, you know, despite some of the red.
Yeah, which is exactly what you want. I think it is good though, because a lot of people they're quick to come in and kind of judge cryptos and things like that. Whereas it's good to see that people have been really positive behind you. Have you experienced any kind of hate towards the project or anything like that? Because obviously, as you get bigger, you will experience some of that. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of kind of being online, I guess.
Um, as far as hate goes, I actually just like got my first big hater a few days ago. And it was I think it was funny, but this guy thought I was an AI.
All right.
But aside from that, I haven't really encountered many haters.
That's
Thankfully, I
good. That
guess.
is good. I mean, like, to be fair, I'm at like 5,000, nearly 5,600 subscribers now, and I'd say I probably get like 1 to 2% hate. People hate watch, I think, sometimes just to try and have a go. So as you get bigger, I'm convinced like you'll get some, but it's just how you deal with it. Most of the time, it's probably best just to shut them out because they're not really beneficial to your community. Whereas what you're growing and people are like we said before, they feel that you're wholesome and you're doing the right things. You should get at least 98, 99% more love than you do get hate. So that's, but it is always the hate comments that you think about most for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, like I will say the love from the Winhe community definitely outweighs my like 1.5 haters.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, no, it's I thought it was so funny just because like my first hater, like it was like exciting. Like I have a hater.
Yeah. This is
Like
the thing. Once you get a hater, you know you've made it.
exactly, like I have one. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Cherish it. Cherish it.
I appreciate him even if he
Yeah,
doesn't like me or my meme. I appreciate him.
yeah, that's good. Kill him with kindness. That's the best way around it.
Exactly.
So
That's
you mentioned SPX 6900. That's a project that you quite like, is it?
Yes, yeah. So I actually had the opportunity to listen to Murad speak on a Spaces a few days ago. And there's a few SPX members who are also involved in the Winhe community as well. And so they had previously told me about SPX. I did some research, listened to Murad, and I loved it, honestly. I feel like their community morals sort of align with our community, whereas we're both like strong and dedicated to the project, but also positive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was some overlapping with that. And I heard Murad mention how, I forget what he said verbatim, but it was something along the lines of you need a strong foundation for anything, and that foundation is your community. And that just sort of like I don't know, resonated with me just because the Winhe community is so strong. So yeah, I liked that. But yeah, I haven't bought any SPX.
Neither have I. I do want some, but I haven't bought any yet myself.
Yeah, I maybe that'll be my next purchase.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you're absolutely right. I agree with what Murad says as well. How I think the community aspect of things, if you have that foundation of the community, then you're always going to do well because it fosters diamond hands, it fosters the support, and a lot of the time, when these memes pop up overnight and disappear really just as quick, they haven't got the opportunity to rebuild that kind of momentum. Whereas yourselves, SPX 6900 as well, being a classic example, it gets that buy-in, and people do want to change their lives and want to do better things, and that can be done with a meme coin. It's far different to what like the stock market is and things like that. It's actually a chance for people to get together, believe in something, and actually try and build their bags that way. And I think it's more heartwarming to see it go that way than it is for like XRP to do really well. I know XRP's got good holders and they're going to make some money, but it's almost feels better when a proper community comes together and does it, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah, no, I totally agree. And now that I've been on crypto Twitter and in crypto land for a few weeks now, I've gotten to see how quickly some other things fall off, if that makes sense. Like there will be an immediate trend and then the next day it's done.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about, where the community and watching something build and the foundation of something truly does have better results in the long run and like leaves a better lasting impression, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it feels good. It makes people like want to believe in something. It keeps them. It's like a warm feeling. I think when you're involved in a community that does really well and they're all working for each other. It's much more pleasant than seeing someone who holds 80% of the token go and sell it and dump on everyone. It's completely different.
Right. Yeah. And so many of our community members too, they always say, I'm here and this is so fun. Like everybody's having fun. And I feel like that's so important. Like if you're obviously I'm having fun, so I want them to have fun too. But yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's the good thing about it. I'm glad that everyone's having fun with the community and stuff like that. It is really good. I've thoroughly enjoyed like doing my research on it and that, and reaching out to yourself and getting you onto the show. I think it's been great to have you. Is there anything else you want to add, or should we wrap it up there? Are you happy with that, or?
Yeah. I don't know. I've loved all your questions. Thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun for me. You're my first like YouTube interview.
Yeah,
Like
which is great. I've broken the duck for you. This is your first one.
yes. Aside from anything else I would like to add, obviously to the viewers, if you guys are interested in Winhee, you can just comment and I'll add you to our group chat and you can get to know all of us. We're really friendly.
You are already friend. That is true.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to watch this video whenever you get done making it. And thank you for showing me the where I can see all the other wallets. What was that called again?
Soul Scan.
Soul Scan. Yes. Thank you for showing me that. I will be looking at that.
I'll send you a direct link to it so you don't have to like search for it after this. Like I said, the video will be up. It'll be probably around about 8 o'clock UK time. So I think that's what, 3 p.m. maybe your time.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. Yeah,
We'll
and thank you again for reaching out and wanting to interview me.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Like I said, I saw it. I thought this was really interesting, and it's always nice to cover something that hasn't been covered somewhere, because I don't think people really know too much about it outside of like X and maybe TikTok. And obviously YouTube's algorithm is completely different to TikTok, so I think they work very independently of each other. So sometimes there's not really that crossover. So hopefully more people from the YouTube side of the crypto space will start seeing you and come in and join your community.
Yes, that would be amazing. I'm always welcoming new members with open arms. And I love just like expanding the meme too, and it's great. It's great. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Minions, you know Minions from like the Minions movie
or something?
Yes, Despicable Me. Yeah, they made one like a few days ago. I tweeted about it. It was funny. But yeah, I'm loving the expansion of the meme itself along with the community. But yes, again,
every company in the world can do it now, can't they, I guess?
Right. Yes. Yeah. I'm loving that other people are catching on outside of like other normies, I guess. I'm loving it.
It is brilliant. So I'm going to wrap the video up now. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. I really do appreciate it. And we're going to put all your links in the description so everyone can get in touch and join the X, join your TikTok, everything like that. So wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.